Hey, how's it going, everyone? This is Charles with Snyder Marketing LLC, and I'm going live again today to talk some more about the upcoming webinar that I'm going to be doing on Wednesday, October 4th. And it got really dark in here. I got to get some better lighting for this. But yeah, the free webinar that's coming up on Wednesday, October 4th at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It's free. Get registered. It's for small, medium-sized businesses, entrepreneurs, and marketers in South Central Pennsylvania and beyond. Have a few guest speakers lined up for this. Going to be probably about a half hour, 40-minute presentation. We're leaving some time for Q&A, doing some hot seats as well. So we're going to be talking really basically about 2 points, which is managing your customer relationship for your business that a lot of businesses simply don't use, which brings up the whole title for today's video, which is scary scary statistics. It's Monday. I can't talk right. My apologies. Look, here's the bottom line is, like the Small Business Administration and the telephone companies and stuff, they've done studies over the last couple of years that more than 60% of all phone calls that go to small businesses go unanswered every single day. Every day, more than 60%. That's, like 2 out of 3 phone calls go unanswered. So why is that? Well, because some of it is because there's a lot of telemarketing calls. Some of it's garbage, some of it's garbage and stuff like that. And it's a waste of time. Or there's times where, like, personally, I'm in meetings or I'm meeting with customers, doing these, live streams, what have you. If I'm busy doing this, I can't answer the phone. Just like a roofer or a contractor or a vet or a chiropractor. If you're in a meeting or a consultation, you're seeing a patient, or you're at a customer job site or at a home fixing their AC or the furnace or something like that, you can't always pick up the phone when it rings. Right? So that's a lot of missed business. That's a lot of potential missed business. And I had some interesting interesting conversation with 2 fellows over the weekend that were talking about this very thing, with the missed call text back feature, and specifically about missing phone calls, because one of their customers was actually talking about each phone call is potentially worth an average of $1,000. So if you're missing just one of those a day, that's an average of $30,000 every single month that business is losing because they don't have a missed call text back feature, because they missed the call. They're not making that sale. And there's probably more than one a day, but just for the sake of keeping this simple, we'll just say one a day, every day for the month. And most days, most months is like 30 days. Some of them 27, 28, whatever. Some of them are 31, whatever. We'll just say every 30 days, they're missing a call every single day. Monday, Sunday through Saturday, 7 days a week, missing a call. That's 30 grand minimal. And that's pretty conservative, I think. But just to keep this simplistic, 30 grand, we'll say. So if you have a missed call text back feature, that once that number is set up, we've got to set you up with a new phone number, which can forward to your existing phone number. And I'll talk about this in a little more in depth in the actual webinar. But we set this up with forwarding so that if the call goes unanswered, the system, the CRM, ROI Ninja CRM, sends a text message out to that phone, the person that called. And if it's a text enabled, like a cell phone or something that they just called from, they'll receive a text message saying something along the lines of, "Hey, sorry, we missed your call. How can we help you?" It's no longer a missed call. Now it's a text conversation, and they have the option to respond back to that. So if it's something important, if it's kind of an urgent thing where they're looking for services or something like that, that's potentially, you're going to recapture that 30 grand a month. So what would something like that be worth? Well, and obviously it's different for everyone. I mean, what's the average, what's the average lifetime value or annual value of each sale call that you get? Some is going to be more, some is going to be less. But just using that example, 30 grand, now you're making $30,000 extra per month, because now you're no longer missing those calls. You're sending out that text back feature, and it's still screening out all the telemarketer BS that you get. So you're not texting telemarketers, you're actually texting back customers that are on a cell phone, and you're capturing that information. You're texting them back immediately. Now you still have to respond back to them. You still have to make the sale. But that's better than losing 30 grand a month. That adds up. I mean, if it's 30 grand every month, month in and month out, you're talking a difference of like $360,000 a year. That's a lot of freaking money. Some businesses don't even make $360,000 a year. So what would making an extra 30 grand a month be worth to you? And you don't even have to answer the phone. You don't have to leave your meeting. You don't have to stop working, working on the roof, or come down off of a ladder or whatever, because you're working on siding, building a deck, fixing a furnace, doing electrical stuff, fixing plumbing, whatever. You're no longer missing that. It's automated. You don't have to spend any extra time, really. And then when when you have the time, when you can come down off of that ladder, when you do get out of that meeting, you have a warmed up customer that you've already texted, and they texted back saying, hey, they want more information. They want a demo, or they want a quote or something for some work. So the potential for more work is there. You're not missing out on that. And you're reaching back out to that person immediately, even though you missed the phone call. The automation in the CRM is doing the work for you. How much is something like that worth to you every single month to make an additional 30 grand? And again, that depends on the price point of what it is that you're actually doing versus what your margin is. Some people it's worth more, some people it's worth less. It is what it is. But still, what would something to make an if you could, if I could tell you, hey, if you do this, if you give me $1, I'll give you $3 back every single time. How much is that worth to you? Is it worth that $1 to make 3? So if you give me $1, I give you $3 back at the end of the month. If you give me $10, I give you $30 back at the end of the month. If you give me $100, I give you $300 back at the end of the month. You see how this works? And you're still not even close to touching that 30 grand. If you're above it or below it, I mean, I'll leave you with that. I don't want to draw these out too long. I just want to give you a little bit of a taste of what it is that we're getting into with this webinar, and what we're going to actually be talking about, and how you can recoup those losses that you're having every single month, day in and day out, because you're missing phone calls. You're not able to reach out to customers within the first 5-15 minutes. And again, it goes back to what I talked about before in some of these videos, is you're taking more than 15 minutes to get back to customers. You might as well kiss that customer goodbye. They're already going somewhere else. They forgot about it, or they're already looking for someone else to replace it. So The missed call text back helps you to recapture a lot of that business that you've been missing out on simply because you're driving, you're in a meeting, you're already on the phone, you're meeting with a customer or a patient, what have you. And now you're able to actually have those conversations when you're available. How much is that worth to you? We'll talk during the webinar. Get signed up. Check out the link. I'll be adding that to the bottom of this video. Get signed up. It's free, and bring a buddy with you. You'll also have the option to do that. Seats are filling up pretty quick though. So I wouldn't wait. I would not wait because seats are starting to fill up pretty quick. With that, I'm out of here. Take care. Love, peace, and chicken grease.